Come on, Gramps. I've never been to Lake Geneva, but I know what it looks like, not just from seeing photos, but because a friend of mine used to live there. And she and I were traveling in Burundi, a beautiful little country torn by civil war for at least 3 decades. But the capital city, Bujumbura, never has fallen. And it's on Lake Tanganyika. And my friend kept saying, this reminds me of Geneva. This reminds me of how Lake Geneva is. And it might be easy for you to scoff at this, to say, oh, well, what an arrogant thing to say, and does everything need to become like Western Europe, or or will it ever? Depending on where you are on your spectrum about how you see the world, you might find a way to throw a tomato at me for this. But hear me out. Geneva wasn't always Geneva. Geneva was a mess. When John Calvin was doing his writings, Geneva had swollen up to be more than 100,000. There was no way to deal with human waste, with the number of fires that were happening, the plagues and famines in sophisticated, soon-to-be Switzerland. And when Calvin is writing about human filth, he's not using the word filth. I've read him in the French. He's using a famous French word that really isn't for filth. So there's nothing moral about the filth of the human condition. He's saying we do not know how to get rid of our excrement. We do not know how to deal with it here on the border of Lake Geneva. And yet, look at Switzerland now. Famous for chocolate, for running trains on time, for healthcare, for healthy population. It just takes a few centuries of life and things swing round. Your empire might have dominated East African landscapes, and then King Leopold comes along and dominates you, and then the British come along and the French come along, and all of a sudden you're torn by civil war. For now. For now.